Coconuts TV. On November 8, 2013, Super Typhoon Haiyan, the strongest tropical cyclone ever to make landfall, ravaged the Philippines. More than 6,000 people died in the typhoon, and 4 million were displaced. Hardest hit was the port city of Tacloban.
Tacloban has been flattened.
This was Tacloban.
For weeks, Tacloban was in the headlines. Millions of dollars were donated, and dozens of countries pledged aid. After the storm, the Philippine government received over $25 million in relief donations from around the world, yet little of that money has gone to Tacloban so far. As a result, many residents are stuck waiting in a kind of housing purgatory. Almost a year later, thousands of survivors live in flimsy tents and makeshift shacks. In March 2014, we met some of these survivors at a temporary housing site. We also got a tour from Eileen Sapara, whose home was washed away in the storm.
Hindi kasi kami kagad ng bagyo eh. Tumakbo kami, lipat na tayo. Hindi ko na kasi, takot ako kasi buntis nga ako. 7 months yung tiyan ko, tsaka yung baby ko, 2 years old nga. Gutom kami, 3 araw kami nagutom. Kaya yun, inano namin kagad na manguha ng mga pagkain, mga ilang weeks, mga ilang buwan, pumunta kami. Yun nga, nagbahay kubo yung mister ko. Nagbahay kubo, kaunti lang. Ito na, may
Eileen is one of 1,500 people living in the motocross bunkhouses.
Ito ngayon yung bunkhouse ko, maliit. It's very small. Natutulog, tapos pumakain. Muupo na lang kasi walang binigay na ano eh. Kala ko nga may lamesa na, wala kami CR na malapit. Ganito lang, maliit lang. Yun, tapos yung pag maliligo, doon din, malayo. Kaya mahirap din. Pero sakripisyo na lang kasi no choice talaga. Tinanggap na lang namin kaysa yung nandun pa kami sa baybay. Yun na yung income ng asawa ko, yung hanap buhay lang talaga. Yung lang namin, nahihirapan. Ganito lang. Pinasya, walang yung asawa ko. Ganito lang kami. Tutusin lang. Nahihirapan na kami po. Bigay lang. Parang gusto namin umahon ng amin sarili. Basta bigyan lang kami ng financial.
Like many other bunkhouse residents, Eileen's husband used to be a fisherman, but the bunkhouses are too far from the sea for him to work. He now does odd jobs to cover their expenses.
Ito yung CR ng babae. 2 CR, itong bathroom. May nag-iis na lahat kami dito. Tsaka kaya yun, mahirap talaga dito. Itong area to. Dito tayo ngayon sa may sampayan namin dito. Ito yung mga basura.
About 7,000 people are currently living in bunkhouses around the region, but everyone we talk to said the conditions are cramped and substandard.
Yun ang nahihirapan dito sa amin. Yun, financial lang din nahihirapan din sa amin. Itong bunkhouse, dapat hindi ganito, dapat diretso ng bahay. Kasi sayang itong ginawa nila, sa totoo lang, mami. Sabi naman ng mga tao dito, bakit hindi na lang tayo kinuha lahat dito, inubos? nabuhay eh. Hindi lang kami pwedeng tumira ulit dun sa malapit na dagat. Basta yung amin yung safety, yun lang. Saan pa kami pupunta, dito na kami tumira.
Residents were supposed to stay in the bunkhouses for 6 months, but the building of permanent homes is taking longer than expected. Back in March, we visited the relocation site where the government plans to move these people.
This area is close to about 100 hectares and it goes all the way to the water. Actually, we're building an entire community here because our target is to get about 15,000 homes, and the average family, the Filipino family, is about 5 to 6. So you can see, you're talking of more than 50,000 people here. But our estimate is about 2,000 to 3,000 per year of houses, depending on how fast we can develop the land.
So far, only 49 homes have been built, but around 200 should be ready by November. No families have been transferred to the site yet.
We have a problem. Every time there's a storm, we have to evacuate about 10 to 12,000 families. So those that are always evacuated, I think it's about time that they, be offered a better and a safer place to stay.
A lot of people are working hard to move families to permanent homes as soon as possible, but there aren't a lot of resources.
What happened in the city of Tacloban when we were hit by the typhoon, it was November, and usually January is where we collect most of our taxes, and we weren't able to collect. We were only able to collect about less than 20%. So the city is barely surviving.
Worsening this problem is the fact that most relief donations after Haiyan went to the national government, and Tacloban has yet to receive much of that relief money.
We've got a massive problem here and a massive task, but I think we'll pull through.
Walking around Tacloban, you're struck by how evidence of the storm's destruction is everywhere. Despite the millions of dollars that were donated from around the world and the small army of nonprofits on the ground helping out, the situation for many families is still dire. Many critics place the blame for this sluggish recovery squarely at the feet of the notoriously inept Philippine national government. Relief funds have been mired in bureaucratic red tape, and it took President Aquino until 9 months after the storm to approve the recovery and rehabilitation plans for the hardest hit areas. Nonprofits have tried to pick up the government's slack, but they're short-staffed and underfunded. It seems clear that the people of Tacloban have a hard road ahead. If the past 10 months are any indication, they can't rely on the national government. And as the world's memory of Haiyan fades, donations will probably dry up as well. Despite the brutal odds, the people of Tacloban seem to have an almost religious faith that things will get better. Throughout the city, you can find signs that read, "Tindag Tacloban" or "Rise Up Tacloban." It seems they may have to do that alone.